So what we are going to be looking at now, we are going to be understanding adding and subtracting algebraic expressions, right? Please ensure that you have looked or rather you have watched the previous videos so that you can get context of what is algebraic expressions and other terminologies that we might be using here. Now let's say now for number one. Now we are saying now let's say they want you to add. So they want you to add your 5x plus your 2y and your what? And your x subtract your 3y. What is it that you are going to do here? Now, what you are going to do, this is going to be same as what? This is going to be same as 5x plus your 2y plus, isn't it that they said and? So this is going to be plus x subtract your what? Your 3y. Are we together? So now, which means now what you are then going to do is you're going to write these two things the way they are, and then you come back, you're going to check, do you have like terms? Now let's use another color there. Now, do you have these things called like terms? If yes, then you are going to identify your like terms and then you're going to solve them. You add them. Look, you have 5x, you have this, these are like terms, this also are your like terms, right? So this is going to be 5 plus your x, right? So then what is going to be 5 plus your x? So this is same as 5x plus x plus your 2y subtract 3y. Let's just start by grouping these like terms. Now that we have grouped them, let's start then solving. This is 5 plus 1. What is 5 plus 1? This is going to give us what? 6x. And 6x, look, now you are having 2 subtract 3. What is 2 subtract 3? Is negative 1y. And remember, we said whenever you have 1 and a variable, this is actually same as what? 6x subtract your y, because y still represent 1. Are we together? Then that is going to be your example number 1. Let's look at number 2. So they say to 6a subtract 4b, subtract 2a subtract 3c. Now, and good people, what is important is that now, as soon as you see the word subtract, you always need to write what you are subtracting in brackets, right? So this is a must do, right? This must be always, right? So every time, whenever you are subtracting this one of these other brackets to the other bracket, when there is a subtraction involved, ensure that you write what you are subtracting within bracket. I will take and I will show you just right now in terms of what that means. Now, for example, they say to 6a subtract 4b. So 6a minus 4b, you need to subtract 2a, subtract 3c. So they are saying if you are having 6a subtract 4b, you need to subtract that, you need to subtract your 2a, subtract your 3c. And remember, this was the always, right? The always, which is the bracket, this one, right? Remember, I said, remember, you need to always write this in brackets. So now what is it that you are going to do now from here? Then you are going to start by applying your board mass, right? So if you apply your board mass, what does that mean? Which means you are going to say this is going to be 6a subtract your 4b. And then you multiply this negative in this bracket, right? So this is going to be subtract your 2a. Now, because this is negative multiplied by a positive, because this one is positive, right? So then negative multiplied by negative is going to be positive what? Positive 3c altogether. And then when you are from here, now you do the second step, which is what? Like terms. You are going to check, do you have any like terms? If yes, you have any like terms, then now you are going to add like terms. So this is going to be your 6a. Now subtract what? Subtract 2a, because those are like terms. Subtract 4b, and then plus your 3c. Now, do you have anything that you have as like terms? No, right? So if there's nothing there, now you are going to group in your like terms. So what is going to be there for your like terms? Let's see. what is it that you're going to have? Now, this is going to be 6. This is going to be, 6 subtract this, which is going to be your 4. Your 4a subtract your 4b plus your 3c. Altogether. Now, this is as far as what you are required to solve here. Altogether. Then now, hopefully, this makes sense to you now. Now, let's try and find something else. Our example 3. They are saying from 2a plus 6, this is 6, this is 6, 6c, subtract 2a, subtract, 3c. Now, what is important? Now, every time you need to start from this word from, right? Now, and then which means you're going to start with the word from, and then what you are subtracting, must be in what? In a bracket. Okay. So which means you start from, you look at the word from, and then you are going to then subtract what you are required to subtract, and then whatever that you are subtracting, you use the brackets to subtract them. And then, yes. So which means now they say from, which means you say you have 2a plus your 6c, subtract. What are you then subtracting from here? You are subtracting 2a, subtract 3c. Remember, we said everything that you subtract must be in bracket, right? So, and then after that, you are going to use what now? You are going to use BODMAS. So what are you then going to use BODMAS for? You are going to use to collect like terms or to group like terms. This is going to be same as BODMAS, you're going to use it for multiplication of the brackets, then you collect like terms, right? So this is going to be 2a plus your 6c, subtract. So this negative side is going to affect this one here because it's negative multiplied here, which is positive. So this is going to be negative what? 2a, and then this negative and this negative is going to give you plus your what? This is going to give you plus your 3c. And now when you are from here, now you look for like terms. Do you have anything that is regarded as like terms? Yes. So now look, this is going to be what? 2a and minus 2a. Then you have what? You have plus your 6c plus your 3c, right? So now what is it that you are then going to have here? Look, this is 2 minus 2. So this is going to give you 0. Then 6 plus 3, this is going to give you plus 9. And then the what? The c, because remember the c is still part of the like terms. I want to get. So therefore this is going to be your 9c as your solution, right? Now look, this one they say subtract, which means they want you to take out 7p, subtract 8 from. Remember what I said again, you start from, right? You start in the word from, right? So which means what you're going to have here. So this is going to be actually same as 10 plus 17p. Subtracting what? You are subtracting 7p, subtract 8 altogether. And remember, whatever that you are subtracting must be in bracket. And now that you have started from, then you do what? You work with your bracket. You work with your bracket. Now, which means you're going to multiply your bracket with a negative, right? So this is going to be same as your 10 plus your 17. Then this is going to be 17p, subtract your 7p, and then the negative and the negative here this time around, they are going to give you what? Your positive 8, right? So now, and then now what are you then going to do now? You then going to look for like terms. Do you have anything that is in common, right? Yes, this is going to be same as what? You have 10 plus 8, which are common factors because all of those are your constant. Then this is going to be plus your 17. 15p, subtract your 7p. Now let's see in terms of what does this have. Now, if you start with this first two, 10 plus 8 gives you 18, and then this one is going to give you plus your 10p out again. So therefore, which means the solution for this problem is going to be 18 plus your 10p. So I think that is far as subtracting, algebraic expression is concerned.